So, we stumbled upon these two documents online that honestly, at first glance, have absolutely nothing in common. One is this incredibly detailed proposal to completely redesign physics as we know it. And the other, it's this long, sprawling list of accusations against some of the world's most famous thinkers. I mean, they look like they're from completely different planets, but stick with us, because they tell one incredible story.
And that's the big question here, right? How on earth could a brand new, super complex theory of particles have anything to do with a philosopher's personal crusade against what he calls intellectual theft? It's a total riddle. And honestly, the journey to figure this out is, well, it's pretty wild. Okay, so take a look at this. On the left, you've got this beautiful, almost artistic diagram, a whole new structure for the universe. Then on the right, you have this wall of text, a list of names, of accusations, and it is just dripping with this raw, personal feeling. You have abstract science on one side and this intense human conflict on the other. So let's start by trying to decode that first one.
All right, first up, the physics. We're about to dive into a complete, self-contained system of thought. You're looking at, basically, an entire alternate reality all mapped out on a single, unbelievably complex chart.
Okay, so this thing is called the Logos field theory. It's by someone named Jackie H. Blankenship. Now, this isn't just a tweak to the standard model of particle physics we all know. No, this is a total replacement. It's suggesting a whole new set of building blocks for everything. So, how's it supposed to work? So the whole thing, the entire theory, it's built on this one core idea, the Gnoston. And the definition is a bit of a mouthful. Get ready. Quantum agnostic informational hollow y-axis channel. This right here is meant to be the absolute fundamental unit of this new reality. Okay, so you start with those Gnostons, and from there you build up to the next level, something called the QL node. The diagram calls these the fundamental stable units. The idea is that these are the things that come together to create the particles we're actually familiar with, like electrons and quarks. So you see the pattern here, right? It's this really clear hierarchy. At the very bottom, you've got the Glaston. Those combine to make QLN nodes. And then those QLN nodes, in different arrangements, supposedly form everything else. Electrons, muons, all the quarks. It's a complete system. Okay, now, I want you to just hold that idea in your head because we're about to switch gears completely.
And I mean dramatically. We're stepping out of that clean, abstract world of physics and into something, well, something much more personal. A story of intellectual warfare. This is literally one of the first things you read in the second document. A pretty shocking claim from its author, Gabriel Vacariu. I mean, talk about a different tone. Right away, the stakes feel completely different. This isn't theoretical. This is presented as life and death. So the author, a philosopher named Gabriel Vacariu, put together this dark list, as he calls it. And its whole purpose is to name and shame people who he claims have published ideas that are, in his words, unbelievably similar to his own. And to him, this isn't just a coincidence, it's not parallel thinking. No, he sees it as straight-up intellectual theft on a massive scale. And the sheer scale of this list, it's just staggering. We're not talking about a little squabble with a few colleagues here. The list has way over 200 names on it, from all kinds of different fields, going back decades. And look, the people on this list, they are not obscure figures. We're talking about some of the most famous public intellectuals and scientists out there today. You've got philosophers like Slavoj Žižek and David Chalmers, physicists like Carlo Rovelli, Lee Smolin, and Sean Carroll. I mean, that is a huge claim to make against some of the biggest names out there. All right, so let's recap. We've got a wild new theory of everything on one side and what seems like a grand conspiracy theory about plagiarism on the other. On the surface, they have absolutely nothing to do with each other. But there is a thread, a really interesting one, that ties them together. Let's dig into that. Let's just put them side by side for a second. The Logos field theory is visual, it's systematic, it's totally abstract. Vacariu's dark list is all text, it's intensely personal, and it's just fueled by pure emotion. They're polar opposites in how they feel, but that's exactly what makes the connection so fascinating. And this is the key, right here. There is zero evidence these two people know each other or have ever even talked. The connection isn't direct. It's thematic. It's about what they both represent. And here it is. This is the real connection. At their core, both of these documents are these huge, all-encompassing systems designed to explain, well, everything.
One explains the physical world, the other explains the author's personal world. Both seem to have been created by people working outside of the usual academic channels, and man, are they both defended with an incredible, intense personal conviction. They're both a search for the ultimate answer.
So, what's the takeaway from all this? From this super strange pairing? It actually points to a challenge that's, super relevant to all of us today. Think about it. We live in an age where literally anyone can build and publish their own theory of everything. A new physics, a new philosophy, a whole new version of history. Which kind of raises a huge question for all of us. When you're faced with these incredibly complex, passionately defended ideas, how are we supposed to figure out what's worth paying attention to?
When you strip it all away, what both of these documents really show is a deeply human need. It's that impulse we all have to find some kind of order in all the chaos, to create a model that just makes sense of the world. And it doesn't matter if that model is built out of quarks and Gnostons or out of a story of personal betrayal. The basic human drive to find the explanation, that's exactly the same.
And that's really the question these two documents leave us wrestling with. In a world with an infinite number of theories about everything, the tools we use to navigate all that noise are more important than ever. That search for the big explanation is human, for sure, but it's on us to be the ones who think critically about it all.